Welcome to Obama's America, a nation divided. So let's talk about some of the things that this president has done that proves to me that he's incompetent. Community organizer from Chicago, now president of the United States. So what kind of a mess has he gotten us into here? Well, one of the first things I have to point out is any man that would think it's okay to let grown men go into the same bathroom as little girls, little boys, and push for that, in my opinion, is totally moralist, totally incompetent, and totally trying to divide the country, as well as division with the races. In Dallas, the police shooting, the man that shot them said two things. He specifically wanted to kill white people and white police officers. Obama had a press conference and never even mentioned that. In fact, what Obama did was Obama brought up the Charleston, South Carolina church shooting that was done by a guy about a year ago, where 9 people were killed in that church. So there is no such thing as racism, according to Obama, against whites, or especially white Christian males. That's what he has waged war against in this country. Let's talk about the shooting in South Carolina. Of course, I feel it was a terrible thing and that it should have never happened. 100%, I feel that way. But let's talk about some of the aftermath of what took place that kind of strikes me as being odd. Okay, so this young guy that went in there to shoot people in the church, he said he wanted to start a race war. Well, this is the first time in my lifetime that I have ever seen anyone specifically just shoot black people and say that they wanted to start a race war. I don't remember a time that I can ever remember that happening. And I'm going to give you a reference as to why I'm saying that. When the pictures the media put out, the guy that did the shooting, in one of the pictures he took around his house, he had this little rebel flag. It was on a little stick, just a small little thing, like a little 7-8 inch flag on a little stick that you get at a flea market or a fair for $2. And he was holding that in one of the pictures. So what happened now was, essentially the rebel flag is banned. You can't buy it on Amazon, you can't buy it on eBay, you can't even find it on eBay. Now, I've never owned a rebel flag. I'm from the North. But I know to a lot of people that live in the South, the rebel flag has a lot of meaning to relatives that died and fought in that battle. To erase that flag from this country is a big disservice to the brave men that fought in that battle. That flag did not represent slavery. This is another push by Obama and the liberal media to use objects to ban them. To say, well, let's ban this rebel flag. No. Why this guy killed those black people in the church was what was in his heart. It wasn't in that piece of material. That piece of material held nothing. That little flea market rebel flag, there was nothing in that made him kill those people in that church. But this liberal media, they want to look for something. What can we ban? Somebody shoots someone. Let's ban guns. You know, it would make as much sense to me as if they said, well, the guy that did the South Carolina church shooting, let's ban the Chevy that he drove there. Let's ban that model car. That's as much sense as it makes to me to ban the rebel flag. That flag has a lot of meaning to a lot of people that lost relatives. It doesn't represent slavery. Look up the history, read the real history of that flag. Okay, so here's my next point. All this terrorist acts we have in this country, one after another, after another, after another, in all the countries around the world. How come nothing gets banned from the Muslim world, from Islam? What happens is here is every time that a Muslim does a mass shooting, Obama gets up and apologizes and says this was a lone wolf. Islam is a religion of peace. That's just total BS. I don't care what you say. Not all of them will do the killing, but I don't see groups of them getting together and getting on TV and disavowing the ones that have killed. So how come the standard of we have tons and tons of Muslims, radical Muslim terrorists killing people around this world? How about we ban something from them? How about we ban their flag over here? Why not? Because there's a double standard in this country. There's a war on whites, specifically white males, white Christian males. And it's a push with Obama to try to, the change that Obama wanted to bring to this country, I don't think anybody had idea what they were asking for. To be in a time and place where they would say it's okay for a grown man to go into a bathroom with children. It's astounding to me. Now, if a grown man went into the bathroom with your little girl or with your little boy, and you found out that he was sneakily taking pictures or something under the stall or doing something underhanded, this pervert, if you was to accost this man or punch this man like he deserves, guess what? You would now get hit with a hate crime, and your punishment would be much more severe than just a normal fight. Because this hate crime only works one way. It only works for certain people. It doesn't work for you if you're a white male, if you're a white person. The hate crime only works one way. So guys, I just wanted to speak for a little bit about that. There's a lot of messed up stuff in this country. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on a nation divided. The police, everything with the races going on, as far as government, the media, trying cops over CNN before the facts even come out. Let me know what you think about this. The division in this country is unreal, unlike anything I've ever seen in my lifetime. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is H4T, and I'll get back with you real soon, and I'm out.